Hi, my name is Adam Barrett. I'll apologize in advance as I have never recorded a YouTube video before and I'm not using a script, so I will do my best to remain concise and offer some substance here without going totally astray. I'm recording this very specifically for the Minneapolis Public School Board of Directors and the executive team as they consider their vote on the Comprehensive District Design Proposal, or the CDD, on May 12th of 2020. Before going into those details, I want to just offer a quick outline as far as what I hope to accomplish and just keep everything on track for me, if nothing else. I'm going to introduce myself a little bit more. My motivation for recording this video, I think, is very important. I want to be very transparent. I would like to discuss the CDD. I would like to discuss a solution as I see it, rooted really in demonstrable success already occurring in the Minneapolis Public School District, and then close with a couple of questions that I hope you're able to answer in the affirmative prior to approving the CDD on May 12th. So a quick bit about me. Look, I don't have kids, but I am a very, very proud product of the Minneapolis Public Schools K through 12. Hale, Field, Anthony, and Southwest. I would name every teacher that I had, but for sake of time, I won't do that. Currently, I am the board chair of the Southwest High School Foundation, a 501c3 that was established about a decade ago, maybe a little bit beyond that, essentially to support teachers and administrators and ultimately the students at Southwest through programming initiatives identified by teachers and administration as they strive to ensure that equitable access to opportunity and knowledge exists for obviously every single student and teacher that enters into the halls of our school. Southwest High School is faced with many challenges. We're not perfect, but many of those challenges result from, as I mentioned before, the budget cuts that we face every year. We're consistently the lowest funded school per student in the district, yet we have the highest graduation rate, we have the lowest dropout rate, we have the most students in the Minneapolis Public Schools. We have 90% of our student body in advanced courses as of now, 96% of our 11th and 12th graders in advanced courses. We pull students from across the district, not solely the Southwest neighborhood. We have an incredibly diverse population, as the online statistics at the Minneapolis Public Schools website can demonstrate. But the point is, we're doing something right at Southwest, and it's not a secret formula. It's really rooted in tremendous collaboration within the community, high expectations for academics, and ensuring that students are engaged with opportunities to want to come to school. Look, the way that we see it is, if you give students opportunities to want to come to school, in the classroom, the programming and the teachers, they will do the rest. And I think that brings me to my next point. As you're discussing the CDD, really the most important component of successful education stems from the program and the teachers who are teaching it. End of day, cut and dry, that's it. It really is. You obviously have many more layers of administrators and staff, but at the end of the day, it's the teachers and the programming, and then that sort of cohesive buy-in to those expectations and to that programming that allows an entire community to succeed. It's what we have strived mightily at Southwest to accomplish, and again, the results are there. So as we talk about the CDD, and I don't want to go incredibly in depth, the CDD obviously is occurring because for a couple of reasons, as we see it. Everything is rooted in money, right? The Minneapolis Public Schools right now are losing money because of the mass exodus of families from our school district. That funding follows them, right? When the students leave, the money leaves. And so we're left with a lot more space, right? A lot more physical space and costs then we have students to grab the money to help fund. So that is a reality. We need to we need to not only keep families here, we need to attract more families. But then also, it is in the very real, as it's often said, inequitable distribution of curriculum and knowledge and opportunity. Now, I want to be very, again, transparent as far as how I view things. Equity, to me, is giving every student the knowledge and encouragement necessary to succeed based upon that subjective definition, succeed however they want to when they leave the halls of our schools. That is what equity really means. Now, it's going to be different. There is no panacea, and things are going to be different per the communities that's needed. But I think what's very important and what we have learned at Southwest is that listening to the community, listening to those in the schools, namely the teachers and the administrators and the staff and the counselors, listening to what they see and then trying our best to support them is really the key to success, obviously, as it then aligns with the programming initiatives in Southwest. And so as you have put together the CDD, I think one of the biggest questions that I have is whether or not the community stakeholders were listened to. Really, were the teachers and the administrators listened to? Look, every parent wants what's best for their kids. Now, granted, I'm not a parent, so I can't really relate, but I see it. I get the emails, I get the calls, and I get it. But at the end of the day, it's the teachers and the staff and the administrators, those running the show in their individual schools, that typically know what the schools need most. And so I'm just curious as to whether or not those voices were heard as the CDD proposal was created. Obviously, then now we get to the money piece, right? We have this mass exodus. What is going to attract not only current families in Minneapolis to remain within the schools, but then other families who say, "Whoa, I really want to go to the Minneapolis public schools because they're really good." The only way that you get there is by ensuring, again, that you have ample opportunity for all students. And really what opportunity means at the end of the day, when it pertains to academia and to curriculum, is having a bar that is infinite, right? A bar that I'm brought back to Michelle Obama. In her autobiography, she talks about a counselor that essentially told her she was reaching too high. That message should never be conveyed to any of our students. It should never be felt by any of our students, because the opportunity to always go higher should be there. It should exist. And you get there by, again, offering that program, but then also preparing our teachers and our staff and our counselors appropriately to recognize and to understand how to keep that bar inching ahead. I don't necessarily blame the counselor in the case of Michelle Obama, because chances are he or she didn't know what they didn't know, right? We get caught, whether it be in this capacity with the CDD or in many instances in life, right? We only know what we know, and therefore we also don't know what we don't know. And oftentimes it takes stepping outside of our bubble to see the perspective of others. And that's what I talk about when I say, look, I know what Southwest needs because I'm a part of it. I graduated from it. But I don't know what the other what the real true requirements are of other communities. That's where the listening piece is so important. So again, we've talked about the equitable distribution, or how I kind of see that, right, of knowledge and curriculum and education, but then the money piece. I still have not seen, based upon how the CDD has been proposed, that not only can we sustain the for lack of a better term, juggling of the schools and programs that are now going to be shifted and maneuvered over, but that into the future, it's going to attract even more parents and more families, and quite honestly, more teachers. That's a huge piece. The district needs to be attractive to teachers as well. And so what assurances do we have based upon your CDD model right now that is going to happen? Or what, even if it's not guaranteed, because nothing is guaranteed, what gives you the idea that yes, we are going to be accomplishing exactly the problems, or we're going to be able to overcome the problems that we're facing right now as a result of the inequities of education, as well as the major budget shortfalls that are hitting us resulting from the exodus of students. Okay, so I've covered a lot. Like I said, I could go on and on about this, but my passion again is rooted in the experiences that I had within the Minneapolis public schools. And there is a way to do this. At Southwest, we have the International Baccalaureate program. The crux of that curriculum is established in international mindedness, right? It inherently takes us out of our bubble. It makes us see things comprehensively. So what that means is you take math and reading and sciences and everything that you do from a volunteer standpoint, which is required within that program, and it ties it all together, right? It's comprehensive. It connects the dots. But I think more importantly is it teaches how to learn. And so we can't possibly think that we can teach students every single thing under the sun, right? We're always learning. And what IB thrives upon are those aha moments, right? Those moments that we all still have when we learn something new. That's the catalyst. That's the crux of keeping that bar and keeping those expectations raised higher. Chicago public schools right now are implementing IB from kindergarten through 12th grade in the most at-risk communities, and they're finding tremendous success in this model. Again, phasing it in, with kindergarten. It's something the Minneapolis public schools can do. Okay, I've talked a lot here, and I know that, and I appreciate your time. And like I said, there's so much more that we could discuss. But I just want to leave you with this as you consider your vote on the comprehensive district design proposal. When you choose to vote yes or no, really the question in the back of your mind should be, by voting on this proposal, are we going to serve the vast majority of our students? Are we going to prepare our students to succeed when they leave the Minneapolis public schools? The second question is it financially stable? Is it financially possible to do what you need to do while also delivering the highest standards of academia to our students and to our teachers well into the future? If you still have questions as to whether or not you can say yes to either of those, I highly encourage you to hit pause. Hit pause on this proposal, rethink it, because there may be a better solution. I really appreciate your time, and I wish you the best as you move forward with your votes, but also beyond that, because this, no matter what you choose to do, is going to take time. But if it's done right, our entire community will reap the benefits and thrive for a very long time. Thank you.